I learned a lot of this through the martial arts, including this first mudra I'll show you. A mudra means hand gesture, if you look in the dictionary. And you can see it in statues and so on in Asia. They have different representations in art, like they're using their hands. And a more accurate depiction of this is that you use the hand to unlock the wisdom of the body. And so the wisdom that's inherently within your body and reflects the macrocosm of the universe around you as well, you can access that through meditation and using the smallest exercise that we can imagine, which is a hand gesture.
Yeah.
Okay, so these have important meanings. Let's start with this one. You touch the tip of your middle finger with your thumbnail, and you press in. And what do you feel? Well, there's a lot of things to feel besides pressure on your fingertip. You probably feel, if I point it out to you, as if someone's putting a pencil, the eraser, into your chest. Can you feel that? You touch here, you feel that in your
I feel
chest.
something going down my back too.
Okay, so yes, all of this is interactive with your whole body. You can't move any part of your body, as you know, doing cranial osteopathy without the web of fascia interacting as a whole. It's like a spider web. So when you touch a spider web, there's force transmission in all directions and everywhere at once. So we use our hands, and that way we have something we can use. It's no problem. This will help you calm down quite a bit. Do you feel something in the center of your chest if you push here? Just a little something.
Yeah. And is this working on the meridians? The like what exact is this? The fascia, the tendons? How would you explain it?
Well, it's all these things. The body really doesn't have any systems or names. Remember Roland Becker, one of our people in our heritage, our lineage. The body has no names. It's simply the body, and we have to divide it up so we can learn about it, like in medical school. So meridians are a great way to explain this. When you touch here, the middle fingertip is the pericardium meridian. It comes along here, and it's in the median of your arm, just like the median nerve. It travels to your armpit and then to your chest, and it goes into your chest and surrounds the heart like the pericardium. Pericardium means around the heart.
Oh, and that's very important right now, just with what everyone's feeling.
Absolutely. The pericardium is something that gets tight under stress too. Like a life-threatening stress, your body will protect your heart, and that's one of the mechanisms. Everybody needs to calm down. And this is the first thing they should do.
So how do you say to hold it? Like, how long would you do that? What, if we're,
the first thing is we touch here and we feel something, and then, okay, what do we focus on? Actually, what I like to teach is that a space should develop in your mind between your thumb and middle fingertip. And if you feel a sponge or something like a Nerf ball, that means that the muscles are changing, your deep flexor muscles in your hand, in your forearm. That means that that's the change I'm looking for. But if I show people this, there's no mudra, right? So we have to start with this.
Okay. So you don't even have to touch. Like, would you be moving it and it would be like this, like a moving mudra? Or
no, let me show you how I teach you. So then you put your hands up. Now the left one doesn't want to disengage. The right one can open a little bit. I'll be your mirror.
Okay.
This one doesn't want to as much.
For me, you're talking to like
you.
Yeah, for me.
I can see because I have this kind of inner vision. That's what the learning.
He's got a lot more going on.
That's one of the byproducts of the training. Now, when you put your hand behind you and go back, it's like you're going back in time. Like this becomes your arm bud embryologically. So when your arm is forming, it forms like this, and then you feel you can open it very easily. Yeah. Okay, you bring it back slowly. Keep that space. Now it doesn't feel so tight.
Yeah.
You adjusted something.
Yeah, something happened.
Yeah. So then the next one I like to talk about is
so this one you would say for calming. This
one is good for calming down.
Okay.
Which you can do first, no matter what else you're doing. Let's say you want to exercise, your body's not really prepared. You're all tense. You do this first. Your body will start to perform better because your pericardium goes with a certain vertebrae in your back.
That's awesome. That's anybody. Like so for sports, for speaking, for before meetings, before you have to do your projects. I mean,
whenever you don't want to be afraid.
Before you're having a difficult conversation, which we're having a lot of those right now.
Yes.
It'd be really neat.
there should be breaks where everybody goes like this, just like now. The next one then, how can you calm your mind, right? If you say meditate, that means stop thinking. That's one form of meditation. It's an advanced form, very difficult actually. It's just sort of the gaps in your thoughts become longer and longer. And you can cultivate such a thing, but they never completely go away. And that's okay too. That's normal. But if you want to stop your brain immediately, and I mean the motion of your brain, like we work with in cranial osteopathy, and also your thought, do the mudra like this, touching the index finger, the side of it, the side of the fingernail. Okay. I'm getting a bad sun there, aren't I? Like when I come in here with the soft part of my thumb and I touch it to the fingernail, the side of the fingernail there. Perfect. Now, what happens when you do that? Your brain stops moving. And you sense calmness because you're not using as much energy. Your thoughts stop for a moment. That's why people use this in meditation. It's like a shortcut.
I did feel that. It was just like a wave of like, oh, a little more quiet.
Yeah. And then some people who are really anxious, this will be stuck. Want to be stuck like this. In other words,
so it doesn't want to move.
It doesn't want to open. That means the muscles in their hand are affected. And if they get that to let go, they can get this to let go.
Oh, but yeah, mine feel a little stuck.
A little bit. Then you put it behind like this. Yes. And you feel it open, especially on one side, right? And then you just give it a moment and stretch your arm out behind you. Use your imagination and go 1,000 miles away. It opens right up. Then you bring it back and it's like, oh, I can close it, or it's like under my control again. I can just open or close.
Yeah, that's really incredible. Does it matter how I hold them? If I put them out like this or in your lap or like out?
Not really. You can see that it changes it when you do this. So it matters if you move like forward, it gets tighter.
Okay.
Yeah. But in general, that's a way to speed up the process. You move it back here, then you bring it back, and then you've kind of accomplished something with that mudra. When you touch here, like we did, then you feel it under your belly button. An important acupuncture point helps you bring your energy down out of your head. Your energy stuck in your head, then you have confusion and anxiety, maybe high blood pressure and headaches. So that's just an Oriental way of looking at that. The Orientals know that, this is you touch here for headaches and so on. And that relates to this, of course.
That's cool.
That's another mudra. Yeah. I'll give you one more.
Okay.
This one's the last one we do in our class when we're warming up. Like before we start to move, we do this first because the mind comes before the body. When you touch your thumb to the fourth finger, the root of your fourth finger, your ring finger, then your thumb will get tired so you can fold your fingers down. Then you just hold that. Then do it on one side only.
Okay. Which side?
Do it on your right side. Yeah. Now, what does everyone see if they can watch the video podcast? Like smile and then relax. Okay. This is hard to see, but she has no trouble smiling. That's the problem. A lot of people don't smile. Now, this activates your facial muscles. So do you feel as if smiling on the right side is easier? In fact, you can't stop smiling on the right side. So do you feel that? Like it's activated your facial muscles a little bit.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And it's affecting your brain. I mean, it's helping the chemistry of your brain. And basically, I call this like the gregariousness mudra. Like you're not fit to be with other people until you do it. Otherwise, you might make a mistake or blow it in some way because your mind is, you're not ready to engage.
So we had the calm. Okay, so I want to review this. The calm with the middle finger and the thumb nail to the middle finger.
Yep.
Right?
Calm down. You feel it here.
That helps you calm pericardium. And then we did, let's see, index finger, the thumb.
Yes.
And this helped
instant meditation.
Instant meditation. Now calm the thoughts. It's like calm the body, calm the thoughts.
You feel it.
Then let's be happy. Why just one
Yeah.
side? Why did you say just to
One
do?
side to demonstrate to you that
Okay.
it changes something. Normally we do it on both sides, but once you've done it once on one side, you realize, oh, what's going
So,
on? I feel
so that would
halfway
be
well on one side.
that's a neat fist to make.
Yes. Yeah. People should just, if the whole world did this every day, it would be a better world, I think.
How long would you say, like, how long? Okay, so if I were to start incorporate the mudras into my meditative practice, how long would you do that for?
Well, when you feel as if there's a space there, you don't need to do that one.
Okay.
And when you feel like it's closed and tight, you want to change that. So it's diagnostic, sort of. And you do it when you need to do it. But the goal of practicing the meditative exercise would be that you'd improve, and this would not close down like that.
That's neat. And you also incorporate like breath work with the mudras, and I know we're kind of like building here, but you kind of do you start with the mudras? Like, how do you start teaching?
The mudra is a great way to start because people do not want to exercise in general. Only some people do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And exercise as we know it, actually only some people benefit and some people, it doesn't seem to make a difference in their health based on the science. And yet we all actually would benefit by refining our bodies, mind in connection with our body, moving to some degree. Some people can get along with much less. Some people are addicted to exercise.
Mm-hmm.
This is a nice way to start because most of us are rather sit on the couch and do something else.
So,
So,
but if someone doesn't want to, if someone's not a mover, like they just don't really like physical
yes.
exercise yet, then they can start with the little hand meditative mudras, and that's a great segue into meditation, because it can be hard to just all of a sudden, like you said, meditate. You've never meditated before. You've never been quiet. Like how to calm those thoughts. This is a really useful way to make it more accessible to people.
Yeah, that's my goal, is to make this kind of thing available because I'm a doctor and I want to help people. And yet I see the great potential of these things, having been involved many years myself, and the barriers are really replete. There's a lot of things between us and developing this interior life,
Mm-hmm.
or us and developing integral strength, which the video demonstrated.
Yes, so this is a way to develop to cultivate that inner life, that your spirit, which it seems so simple, but that's the point, is that we can start, and it can be simple, it can be easy, but it can have like so much profound effect.